I've never been there. I've been in Durban now for nearly 50 years. I've never been there.
I think, no, for sure, most Durbanites have never been there. I'm 19, lived in Durban all my life. I walked past there for 7 years of my life and I've never been there.
To me, it's almost like chaotic.
Yeah.
So I pull back a bit.
Describing Warwick is just this incredible density of people that are actively not only trying but succeeding in making very, very viable livelihoods in public space. The second is the diversity of the activity. So it's incredibly diverse, from really culturally responsive activities, traditional medicine, all sorts of other cultural responses, then to traditional food in some respects, which is very different from what you would experience anywhere else in the city. Cow's head meat, even fish and chicken and everything, all cooked in a way which has a definite cultural influence.
My mom always used to tell me, when you get to the markets, walk quickly.
Yes,
it's busy,
anything
can happen, people can take your stuff, like you don't know. You don't know, so just go.
Focus and go through.
I think the perception is a blank canvas,
Yes.
because you don't know what to expect. You just
No.
drive there past like it's busy,
You
don't know actually.
You almost get a bit I'm sorry, I have to be honest, but nervous, because you get, this chaos and perhaps I don't know if it's an age thing, but I don't want the chaos in it. I want to go to where I feel more comfortable.
A lot of people, I still think, are not comfortable with going there because it's really busy. There's lots of taxis, and I think what affects the perspective of their view of the markets is the unknown, because they've never been there, because they don't know, they don't really want to explore that because of the fear of the unknown.
Personally, for our Durbanites, there's a definite it's like a no-go zone. That's what it is.
If affluent people who might drive their cars through Warwick look at that environment and they deem it to be cluttered, messy, perhaps unsafe, in their minds that all the criminals might be lurking and all those sort of things, they're the ones that are going to send the political messages to the leadership that this has got to change or this is not acceptable.
On Saturday, the traders were granted a High Court interdict, allowing them to continue trading at the market. But despite this, the Metro Police occupied the market.
First time when I visited the market was when I was a kid. Working with my mom. I grew up buying from the very same market, the early morning market, not knowing that one day I will spend my entire life here. Having started, in '86, working around this market.
So now we are busy doing the job.
My wish was to become a police officer or work for the government to get, and secured. After interviews, and I underwent training, and police officer during the apartheid government. I was assigned permanently to a department that was to control and manage informal trading, or to insist or to make sure that street trading doesn't happen in Durban, because it was illegal to trade informally then. I had no mercy for arresting criminals. Hardened criminals, I was hard on them. But for people enforcing bylaws on informal workers, mostly it was women, some with kids, at their back. They will see you approaching or a van approaching and they will run. Some leave their goods behind. The worst thing when you're off on your off day and you walk through the city and they see you approaching, you might be walking with your girlfriend and start running away from you and you say, am I such a horrible person? It was in 92 when the city of Durban decided that there should be a department to control and manage informal trading. So we were headhunted, from the experience and the manner of how we interact with, public. You shouldn't be, a harsh and a feared policeman. So my job title changed from being a police officer to an area manager managing, informal trading in Warwick.
Asibona bangani sahlangana khona la umsebenzi mina ngisaphoyisa ubaba uMzolweni emdayisi manje naye ukuqhakazisana kwakukhona phela kwadala ukuthi sihlangana kade sibophe iphoyisa esibopha ephopha umthetho ukuthi akafike azosibopha njenganomuntu kade simenza ugovernment kade engafuni abantu abadayisa emgaqweni noma kanjani engenayo imvume yokudayisa. Ngakho-ke ingakho bethuma amaphoyisa ukuthi amaphoyisa akazosibopha sibophela ukuthi sidayise emgaqweni singenayo imvume.
Are you going to show your picture of yourself as a policeman?
I think I still have a picture at home.
Very nice.
I was still undergoing training. I was young.
It's like... I still apologize to people who remind me, do you remember your police days? I said, if I ever broke your heart or harsh on you, I'm sorry. So my friendship with Patrick goes back now many years, and if I had to try and remember, it's beyond 25 years. Probably be in two chapters. The first would be the chapter when I was in the city, and that would certainly have been a time when the friendship was strong and developing, but I think there would be a sense of remove in the sense that we were work colleagues. I was a contract employee, he was a permanent employee. Then as we moved into the period with the not-for-profit, the eTafuleni, that's probably when a real personal friendship started to develop, because we developed the NGO together.
So we've been through a lot together. We're more like siblings.
We need to somehow be involved in that. Yeah. We've got experience. I know what's okay. So both of us were concerned about the advent of the FIFA World Cup that was held here in South Africa, and how that was going to seriously affect informal workers.
Preparing for hosting the World Cup, there was a lot of construction that was being carried out to upgrade, facilities to cater for the World Cup. Stadiums were being built at train stations and around Warwick. There was quite a lot of work that was causing a lot of disruptions for the informal workers.
Clearly, they were going to be displaced and harassed simply because the country is trying to showcase itself at its best. And so both of us had chosen to resign. I had a very clear idea that what I wanted to do next was to continue doing the work that I was doing.
Richard Dobson called and said, hey, I've heard that you've resigned. I've got an idea of co-founding an NGO with, and he called me to a meeting. We had a discussion, and we decided to give it a go.
Sengiyaphuma manje la kamasipala ngoba khona into engaziboni kahle ezenzeka kubadayisi basemgaqweni. Ngithola kusekhona ingcindezelo eqhamuka ngakumasipala weTheku eza kunina njenganabantu esengisebenze nani isikhathi eside akungiphathi kahle. Waseyaphuma-ke kwavula uSeTafuleni. Nanamanje uSeTafuleni le nkunzi le isalwa impela nomasipala ulungisa nemithetho esingakwathini ukuyibona ngoba asifundile eyingcindezelo eqhamuka kumasipala ezithini.
The difference between the then police officer, as I was part of, that police force, and now is huge. There's more harassment now than then.
Impatho njengamanje ayikho right. Impatho njengamanje ukusebenzisana nomasipala noma ama-official akamasipala asisebenzisane ngendlela ekahle kuthina ke njengabantu esingabahwebi. Sibona ingcindezi enkulu kakhulu ngoba ungathi umasipala akasifune emgwaqweni asifuni sibe khona emgwaqweni. Ingcindezi enkulu ke umasipala abantu bakamasipala noma ama-official ahlanganyeli nathi akasilaleli imfuno zethu masikhuluma noma sithunywa abantu abasikhethile sifana nabantu abafana nodoli nje kubona ngoba bafuna usilalela.
Crime rate is high in South Africa, the whole world knows. What do the police do? Look after the innocent people, the poor people. That's what the metropolitan.
Baze mhlambe bagcine sebekulalela ngoba usunempi sokhushukelwa ushukela kuyima mhlambe kuzwa kodwa uthola ukuthi akasirecognize abasirecognize thina singabantu nje kubona abafana nezichuse ezikhona ezibekiwe. Okunye ke kusishaka kakhulu ukubona njengoba silana nje ukudla indawo zethu ngale kokuhlala nathi phansi bakhuluma ukuthi thina njengabantu abakhethwa abantu sibona kanjani abantu izinkinga zabo abanazo zikanjani.
They're saying they're cleaning the city. Yet you remember when we walk through here and there's people are defecating, doing it, the streets are not swept. Informal workers, they treat them as dirty. They call them, they're making the city dirty and taking their street furniture away. Even when the city provide tables, they don't provide chairs. If you're sitting on a chair, they take the chair and they expect you to stand all day. You can't even go to the bathroom. You must be at your table at all times, carry your permit at all times, like the old apartheid days. So your permit reflects your face. You can't be married in community of property. My wife cannot sell on my behalf. If I'm sick, I shouldn't trade. Yet maybe trading is the only source of income to my family.
It's enough. Let's stand together. Tell them not to steal from the poor. Tell the poor, don't steal from the poor.
The people react to the presence of police, and when they do their raids. Informal workers expect it to happen, and so they're pretty much resigned to the fact that, oh dear, this is our day. They haven't come all week, but now today is the day. Today I'm going to lose all my goods, or today I'm going to have it confiscated, so I won't be able to sell anything today. By the time I sort things out, I might be able to go and pay the fine tomorrow, and I might be able to get my goods back. So maybe 2 days later, I might be able to have my goods back again and I can start selling. If I'm selling perishable goods, they might all be rotten by then anyway. So, this is just a business cost. Now that's depressing, where people admit that is just life. That's the way it is.
The last time I saw the raid, it was towards the end of May, about a week or two ago. And I even, stole a video of it happening. It was so embarrassing seeing informal traders, street furniture, being destroyed into a compactor, into a waste truck, crushed. I think the idea behind destroying informal traders' goods is to stop them from operating, which is impossible, because they've got families to feed. They will be back in the next day, even if they know that it's like taking a chance that there is a chance of police pouncing back again and doing the same thing of destroying their valuables.
So I think Patrick's relationship with informal workers is really unusual and exemplary. He has the ability to be highly culturally respectful. He's really easy and able to respect the differences and know how to respond culturally. So his cultural response is very, very powerful, and it's incredibly important. He's just a very gregarious kind of person, and he's just so able to diffuse issues of conflict. Takes on board the issue very seriously, but very quickly he cracks a joke, gets everyone laughing, and so he has, whether he knowingly developed the skills, but he has definite skills where he's a really good mediator.
Yes, I had that soft spot and a bias towards informal workers. It even grew more when I left the police to become the area manager.
Nana manje ubudlelwane bethu not nami sonke simthanda njengoba ezithanda naye ngendlela asebenzisane kamnandi.
If I go through Warwick, I get greeted. We share stories, sad and good. I get invited. I attend weddings. I attend funerals. I visit people at hospitals. So I've got an extended family, with informal workers.
The diversity of retail activity is massive. And then I think one would need to note that it's absolutely critical for low-income people in terms of its point of survival. So not only the diversity of product that's there, it's also the pricing in terms of its affordability, and that particularly would apply to the fresh produce. So I mean, it's known as being one of the places where you can get the best fresh produce at really good prices.
As you can see, ladies behind me.
We eventually went on a tour.
Yeah.
And I must honestly tell you that I was hesitant. I'll be honest. And even when I said to my hubby, he said, "You're going where?" And I was absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's almost like a different world. That one section we went to that I loved was that beadwork.
How difficult is that?
Now that to me was absolutely amazing. Did you know, you just got that feel of, I don't know, it was just...
Community.
With all this that we saw, did you ever see one unhappy face?
No.
Did you ever once see
was
one
contained.
the happy, laughing, talking?
Community, no one was
Yeah.
competing with
No,
the other. It was
no,
like
no.
we all shared this. It was beautiful
Yeah,
to see.
yeah. I enjoyed Patrick ever so much, ever so much. He made our tour unforgettable, didn't he? He really did. He made it interesting. You can see clearly by each and every one of those stallholders how they respect him.
I think it's actually funny that he was a police officer
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
because he was the one taking away all the things I imagine, enforcing the law, and now he's come back full circle, completely on the flip side. And he's on
lovely.
the side of the traders, and just with these interactions with the people who are trading, like they're sharing food with them, they're like, hey Patrick,
Yes,
grab a bite of
they
this. It's
know
like one massive family.
It is, and he's made, as I say, he makes it, he feels for that community.
Yeah.
Sivuleleni, Sivuleleni.
If you had to design a market, it has all the right kind of criteria for what's described as a natural market. And Durban needs that, because if you look at the rest of the city, there are formal shops, and yes, those could be attractive to people, but this is a natural market that has the energy, the vibrancy, and the purpose. It's critical.
They visit the market and tell the story.
I believe informal sector is the only tool to do away with poverty. I will say if our municipality or government can help in minimizing or reducing red tape, in stopping or preventing people from earning livelihood through informal work, poverty can be a thing of the past.
Siyabonga kakhulu ubudlelwano bethu busaqhubeka nje futhi. Boqedwa igodi. Boqedwa igodi ngoba manje ayikho into emnandi njengokuhlangana ngokulwela inqubekela phambili kunokuhlangana ngokuhlukumeza abantu. Manje le ndoda inenhloso enkulu yokulungisa iy'nkinga zabantu abahluphekayo njenganathi. Ayinazi njengoba ngikutshela siyithanda sonke la. Ngesikhundla sokuthi sivikise nge-automatic singayifunza itiye noma sayifuna.
Pushwa ndlala nami ngizalile, yeah. Abantwana bami bonke balambile.
Oh, we just love Patrick. Oh, just love Patrick. We wanted to bring Patrick home for us with us.
Just take this one.